Hey everyone, welcome to AvidMax Tying Tuesdays. Brady back with you once more to tie up some flies. Today's fly is going to be Carl's Foam. This is a foam ant pattern. Super simple, but also somewhat of a realistic foam ant that fishes really great. A good guide pattern because they're very easy to tie and they hold up pretty well. Fish after fish as well. So we're going to start with our hook. This is a Tiemco 2302, a nice curved profile hook. Still got a good decent gape on it with a down eye. Perfect for dry flies such as this ant. Do some longer beetles, other terrestrials in larger sizes as well. And then we're going to dress our hook with some black thread. Just using a Vivis 10-aught today in black. Don't want to go too thin because it'll cut into our foam too much, but we still want a nice strong thread that'll bite down into it just enough. So once we have our foam or our hook dressed there, we're going to grab our foam. This is just some 2mm tires foam in black, and I already have a strip cut out. I like to do it right about the size of the hook gape there, and that helps you keep consistency with the flies that you tie. I do that on almost all the different foam bugs that I tie. From there, we'll kind of measure out our length, and that'll be right about the full length of the hook, all the way from the back of the bend through to the front of the eye there. And we'll go ahead and clip that to size. And then we can shape our tail end. And to shape our tail, we're just going to clip it, the corners off of one side, sloped down, trying to be even, which is something that drives me crazy with foam. I'm never perfect, and I always trim too much, so I just have to avoid that and get a nice point on there. And then we're going to go ahead and secure the back end to the hook. So we'll do one quick wrap all the way over, make sure that it's right on top, and then we can bite straight down on it. And then add in a securing wrap or two, and then I'll sneak in front, and we're going to walk right on up to the forward end of this pattern. And we're going to leave ourselves just a little bit of room. We'll go a couple of hook eyes back, and then I'm going to dress this hook with a little bit of zap-a-gap because there's not too much going on here, and to keep that foam from moving around, We'll use a little bit of the super glue. So I'm going to fold that down on top again and do the same thing up front here. We'll do a full wrap around and then pull straight down, snugging that in place. You can kind of squeeze the sides to get that to bite into that hook and secure along with the glue there. From there, we're going to add in the wings. And the wings to this are kind of cool because they're a hackle. You can do this in multiple varieties. I like the grizzly just because it's a black and white, which is a nice natural look. The white also looks really good. Dun can be used, works really well. The idea, you just want to find a couple of hackle feathers that are going to be the same size. And a cape can work really well for this. We'll find two next to each other and grab those off. And then we're going to snag the tips off of them. What I like to do is pull them back a little ways, and then we'll clip down from there and strip ourselves a nice bare stem to tie in. That'll avoid kind of crushing some of the hackle that sort of flares out funny if you tie it in with some of those barbels attached. Just looks a little bit cleaner if you tie the bare stem in. So we'll do both of them so that we got them matched size and shape. For me, this is a great little high alpine bug. Works really well on those lakes where fish are taking terrestrials in the summer months trying to get fattened up real nice. So just make sure we got them paired size and shape there. And we can go ahead and tie our first one in. And I'm going to do this diagonally right across the top. And again, just capturing that bare stem and kind of locking it in place right on top of the hook. Do a few quick securing wraps. And we'll do the far side to match, the side close to you, in the opposite fashion there. Right diagonally across like so. You can kind of make sure they're paired up in size again and secure it. And I flare them up when I start. When you lay the foam down, they kind of lay a little bit more flat, which is nice. Before we come to do that little hot spot, I'm going to use some Life Flex for the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and just sort of double it over and get a similar size that I can use on either end. So 2 even legs there. And then we'll tie these in on either side. And I usually go right to the length of the body there on the back end. And then I'll also cut them down to size once I get them tied on. So we'll secure some real quick on my end. Do the same thing on the opposite side here. And just flaring right off of the side of the hook, like so. And then to cut them to length, I like to push them all straight forward and clip them even out front. That gets the front ones just a little bit shorter than the back ones, which I like just proportionally. And one more material to add. So this is a little bit of the razor foam, the 0.05 razor foam, just a nice thin white foam. And again, I have a similar size strip that'll line up right on top. We'll clip ourselves out just a little square. Lay that in as kind of an indicator spot. And we'll do a wrap over top and then one nice and snug to secure that in place. From there, all she needs is a good old whip finish and some water to fish. Again, a good high alpine lake bug, but you can fish this on a lot of different rivers as well. If you have black ants around, beetles, any dark colored terrestrials, don't be afraid to tie this in a lot of different sizes, a lot of different colors. But this is Carl's foam from Umpqua Feather Merchants. It's a cool little realistic, as far as foam patterns go, flying ant pattern.